Welcome everybody to the GLL Nations Royale. I'm Toby, joined by Hayes, and we have got Saint coming and joining us later as well. We have got one BO5 in the upper bracket to bring to you guys today, and then we will be followed with a lower bracket BO3. We're nearing the end. We are nearing the end, and soon enough we'll know who is going to be the two nations to square off on both the EU side of things and also on the... I think we actually already know the... we already know the NA side of things.
Yeah, well, pretty much. Like, obviously, I think it's gonna be USA versus the winners of LATAM.
Yeah,
and then that's the finals, basically.
Exactly. So USA have already crowned their seat in the grand finale. We have yet to figure out which European teams will go up against one another, though. Yeah,
obviously today we have two teams, namely Finland and Germany. We're gonna be watching today. So that'll be pretty interesting. And then later on we have the lower bracket games.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to be there.
That we'll see.
Yes.
There are multiple games going on. I think Germany and Finland are playing simultaneous with another group of teams. Yes. So for those who feel like, oh, but our team didn't get picked, I've tried casting, but I've actually tried casting two games at the same time before. It's really not. It just doesn't work. It's not that great. But we can see the bracket here on your screen, guys. We are looking at Germany and Finland, and of course, as you can see, Czechia and Russia are playing over in the other bracket. So this will mean the winners of these will bring it into the finals. Now Denmark. Denmark and Greece are playing. That's a tough one. I'm cheering for Denmark. Hopefully we'll get to see Denmark in the bracket later tonight. It's gonna be Greece. I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty tough. I mean, Greece have shown that they're pretty strong in terms of their kind of their strategy and their sort of their high ground taking. Although they kind of lost it against Germany. Somehow it was a slight sort of landslide towards the end there.
Look at these two stacked teams. I mean, okay, namely Finland, arguably more stacked than Germany, but we've seen how much circles impact. We've seen a lot of, we've seen a lot of these teams were supposed to win games and then they didn't.
Yeah.
I just don't see Finland allowing Germany to make any mistakes.
No, I think you're right there. I think Germany with their kind of their split sort of strategy and trying to sort of spread out, get different angles, which can work.
Sure.
But then I mean, I feel like sometimes just having this ball of death in terms of like a whole group of players running around and just mopping up all these solo little sort of groups can work out pretty well.
Curious if Germany will stick to that splitting. I mean, I don't know if it's splitting, just not be like one big pile, but a little more all over the place. And also, I'm looking to see if we're gonna get ourselves a military game.
That could possibly happen. I mean, I was gonna say with this playing path, but then again, we know that nations
it can go anywhere.
Royale circles go anywhere because there isn't competitive settings in this. So we'll have to see where it goes. I mean, it could just be a civilian circle, and we're like, oh.
There's some Finnish players who didn't get the memo on jumping west side. It seems quite a few actually, kind of isolating themselves over towards the east. Yeah. I guess it kind of makes sense in terms of what circles we've seen so far. So if it's a far eastern one, then at least now they have some players who could maybe get a couple of compounds locked down for their team to push forward. But I don't know if that's worth.
Yeah, we did see that, I think, with... oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So... I think most of Germany know exactly where Finland have dropped. So
that is interesting.
If they go and camp one of these bridges,
that is really interesting.
We might see a few issues on the Finnish side, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, remember this, guys. It is Erangel 2.0 that we're playing. You can see all the small extra fortifications here and there. And this was actually Germany's pick. And the fact that they have... I mean, technically both teams have military access, but I really want to see Marco or I want to see some of these military-based teams start going over to that western bridge, though.
Yeah.
If they could 100%. Get locked down on both of them and they force Finland to go into, take the naval route, that should be a win right there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I kind of want to see them just like have maybe 2 or 3 players like on the bridge, and then have them like spread evenly across the sort of the western cliffs of a military, and just completely cut off any boat rotations whatsoever. That'll be pretty interesting to watch.
We've seen it before now. The only issue for Germany is that half their force is up around Yesnaya, so they're going to be a little late. So that if all the German players were to push over now, then Finland might be able to cut some of them off.
Yeah, you could be right there. It's just the fact that I think if Germany moves over now, I mean they've already moved over I guess two or 3 players from the Milter side. If they move even more over, they possibly could cut off a lot more of the eastern bridge as well. But
True.
I'm feeling like a lot of the Finnish players are going to come from the west. There's no other way they can really come through this way.
I mean, Finland does have boat access on both the east and the western side, and that could actually end up being an issue for Germany, because I think some of the players up north, as I said before, if they're late to that rotation, because it seems like no one's really in a hurry to rotate right now.
No.
I mean, if they're late to that rotation towards the island, and all the German players have kind of given up that bridge control, then I don't know. It's I mean, it seems like everyone's going out east for Germany, so no one like I think they're gonna give Finland the access on the western bridge.
Yeah, I mean, it seems so. It seems like if they haven't got over to the Western Bridge already, then it seems like they're just going to completely ignore that and just let them have access, and then give them some sort of an honest fight around the I guess the southern military side, because that's what you think that's where you think that Finland would go is go all the way around south side and kind of come up from the south.
Or just fight in the military base. I mean, the whole landing strip area has gotten so much rework on Erangel 2.0. There's many more trees there. You got a huge bunch of craters that you can use to hide behind, and also south of it, they've put up like all these different artillery, like missile stands and containers and all that stuff. So there's a lot more cover now where there previously wasn't really any. So that could be an area to take the engagement. I'm looking at Tabo and Noki over on the. They must have been heard, right? You would think so.
Yeah. You think that they'd hear the vehicle?
Now
there we go. Shots coming out. Yeah, some tags as well. So Tabo hitting some decent shots there, but it's only 1 tag. Looks like they might. I mean, I kind of want to hope that they kind of looks like Beerbank's holding up on that crossroads. I'm not sure if he wants to hold there or not, but
yeah, this is the issue, because if they all cross over now, and they allow for Finland to settle up a gas station on the northern side, then they still have 10 players, Germany that is, on the northern side that has to cross. But seems like Tabo and Noki, they realize, well, we were beat to the bridge, now we're just going to go the other way. But at the same time, the western bridge has been taken under full control of the Finnish.
Yep, rightly so, makes sense. They're in a lot of boats as well. Looks like maybe they're going to I guess, pull up onto the northern coast somewhere along the cliffs. Just west of the eastern bridge, maybe, and then they'll sort of spread across the hills there, and then we'll see what they can do.
They're all just driving along the beach line. Seems like Turbo and Juho. The ones sailing around there. Noki in a boat too, trying to make their way over. Oh, the info must have come across. If they get caught out in the open, 4 guys or 3 guys in that boat with Krisuka on the shoreline, that could be 3 players out without any really retaliation.
Yeah. If they get caught out there, that could be rough. It looks like Nelos has eyes on it already from the Novo docks just south of it. But as you can see, Finland, they've made their way over, and they are now attempting to scout further in and get some more space, and just overall push in and grab some land.
I mean, with the exception of Giondari, who seems to be a little left alone, he got greedy for the loot, and that actually might end up getting him killed.
Yeah, Gideon's miles away north, and there's 4.
Oh, wow! Ow!
Yeah, that is tough.
How do you get here if you're Finland? They have to go south around, but there's no way in hell Germany doesn't read that.
No, yeah.
I mean, first of all, they can see them like 15 kilometers away.
Yeah, because they're on the top of the.
They have the observatory.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, they only see they only see like a kilometer away. That's right. Yeah, they can only see players and vehicles from a kilometer away, so they can't quite see them just yet. But as they come into Seneki's coming in on the southern side, they'll start to spot them out, and then they'll know. And looks like they're already kind of cornering over more back up towards the south, because I think they realise there's definitely something going on here.
Remember as well, there's no land ratio in phase 4. So this could keep going out towards the water, would just make things even harder for the Finnish. Now, a lot of them has gone south around. There are still a couple of players north, and there are actually still Finnish players on the main island. I see at least 3, including Rustenma. Those are the people trying to, or tried to, land down in Milta Power, who had to drive all the way to the western bridge to then go across and come back again. That's going to be a little while before they get there, but the majority, if not all, the Finnish have committed to this southern rotation. Now the question is what the Germans do about it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. There's already a lot of Germans to beat them here. You've got Micah Koa. Koa gets one. Flush comes out from Hackajak, actually. Helsish is down now. That's a strong player you don't want to have any part of if you're Germany, that's for sure. And they're slowly making their way around the southern side. You've got Corey actually on the coast that could do some damage.
He's sitting by himself, and I don't think they've seen him yet. So one
yeah.
great name. There's one knock coming in on towards Sikora. They should now know. Jansen runs over himself. That's, of course, not what you want to have happen in these sort of tournaments. But you can see they're all looking towards Corey now, and oh my lord, these circles just keep getting worse.
Yeah, straight towards Novo. It's essentially centered on the Novo. The Novo road there. So
these German players up north, they must realize soon that 100%. The entire force is down here.
Yeah, they must realize. Big nades coming out. That's it must be a flush onto Upezic there. Almost goes down as well. Just nades after nades, knocks after knocks from Germany, and it's looking like a pretty good start for Germany.
In all fairness, Finland has a chance based on the fact that it's only half the amount of German players who are actually down here. So for every single knock, Finland just gets so much better situation for themselves, and doesn't seem like anyone up north is really committing to the southern rotation.
That is true, yeah. There's not really many Germans kind of coming over from the northern side. They're all trying to hold this sort of the northern crossroads here, and it's I don't think they realise that the Finnish is completely committed to the southern side here.
Yeah. Players are being traded on both sides. So far, there's still a 2-kill lead for Germany. Of course, knocked players, they don't count, so could be a lot less firepower than what we see in terms of the numbers. Vasco does find the knock onto one, but he's going to go down immediately after. Now I see some of these Finnish players try to flank around Rustenma by himself right now, but there are a few players coming in from the north, and as you can see, the Germans here up in the map, they are now starting to realize, I think all of them's got to be down there.
Yeah, 100%. You see Rustam obviously making his way in, trying to get some sort of a flanking position to make some moves. Yeah, they're all on foot.
Oh, it's the people that landed on military. They never found any vehicles.
Oh, that's rough. I mean, actually, we've got like three Finnish players coming in from the northern side on boats as well. So this could cause some issues. Yeah. If they can just stay alive and pick off players one by one, if they can find a good spot to sort of take cover, then maybe that could work.
The thing is, they beached their boats so far away from where their teammates were. It's really not going to be easy. The Germans are falling back a little to stay inside the circle, get themselves into a better position. The flank comes around on the southern side, as you can see. Jabby able to get the double flush, push underneath. It's actually pretty even in kills so far, but the Germans have the defensive position and they're inside the circle.
Yeah. Most of the Finnish players are actually outside the circle right now, and this obviously circle. I mean, this shift now doesn't really matter too much. You see some players go down to the circle from Finland, and yeah, they're taking a lot of damage. That's for sure.
I do not see what the Finnish can really do here. I mean, they just constantly have to push forward. It's like one of those breakthrough missions in other games that we've seen before, where you just constantly have to push. The benefit of that is, though, when you die, you spawn again to try and apply more pressure. But here, there's only one life per person, and Finland is starting to fall apart. Yeah,
100%. 23-16 now in favor of Germany, and again, I mean, they're still all out in the blue, and you see some of them. Well, I mean, I think most of them going down to the blue. Page as well. I saw Jorgen going down there too.
Sunk eliminated as well. We have a couple of players up north, but Nuki and Tavo and the guys, they're just way too slow. I mean, not really anything you can blame them for, because they had to rotate for I don't even know how long. But there's just no way they can get down here in time.
No, definitely not. Now, obviously, 21-8 in favor of Germany as always, and Germany have complete control. The only real sort of contingency plan for Finland is the northern players coming in, and Chris is I'm not sure if he's dead or if he's sat there looting a crate. No, he's actually alive. He's sat there looting a crate, or he's behind a crate or something, and he's got 4 players approaching from his north, so this could be interesting.
Do you, when you're in game, know the complete count of players? Do you have like this 21-7 leaderboard on the top as well?
I think we know how many you have alive.
Okay, then you can do the math.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
Makes sense. Because I was thinking, Chris spotting players north could be, oh my lord, there's more coming here, but I mean, there's only 2 people left there, so maybe he could be like pushing them all up there. I mean, they are the last couple of players. I think Chris Suga is actually alive. Okay. As you said, yep. So it's 4v20. I am not really seeing this happen, but then again, it is Finland. You never.
Maybe not.
Aragon. Should we call this a 1-0 to Germany?
I think so.
Can you forfeit in this game? Like, when you play chess and you like flip over your king, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna win this anyway. I'm just gonna give up. I know the Finnish, they have a strong backbone, and during World War II, they proved that it's not the numbers that matter; it's about knowing the terrain. I'm just really unfortunate to say that I don't think they have it here.
Yeah, no, I think they know the terrain as well as Germany do as well. So it's it's a pretty even fight in terms of knowledge, but in terms of numbers, it's definitely not that even.
Ow.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Nuki does get 1 heck jack.
They need 7 kills per knock now.
I mean, good luck with that.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but you know what, Kun, you're alive. You're all by yourself. Put on a show.
Yeah,
put on a show. We saw Drassel do it. He was hiding from the entire American army, but nope, there it is. Germany gonna take home game number 1. Not a whole lot more that the Finnish could do with all those circles that the Germans kept getting thrown in their face.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fortunate that the Germans kind of dropped around the sort of, I guess, the Eastern Bridge and then just kind of funneled over like first, so they had immediate sort of control of the circle in all aspects, really. It
was tough. But it goes to show the importance of the military base. I mean, they had access, but in my opinion, knowing where the circle was going to go and knowing that the Germans were on the east side, they moved way too late. The Finnish.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with that. They could have done something earlier to. I mean, knowing that there's so much loot as well on this map, and the fact that in these settings as well, but the fact that they didn't move that early and kind of just sort of, I don't know, I don't want to say wasted their time, but they just didn't do much about the lack of time they had. Yeah,
but exactly. Had they had time for a full battle without the blue constantly pushing their back, because it was like as soon as they get to a point where they go, good, here we can fight, then they started actually taking down some German players, but then the blue shoved them again, and it just kept happening like that. Had they had like 1 or 2 minutes more to do these things, then maybe, who knows, maybe it could have happened. But that's going to be 1-0 to Germany coming into this best of 5. Let's see. Finland has what it takes to take it back. The next one, we're going to head over to Miramar, but it's not going to be before a little break. So stick around. We'll see you guys soon. Germany has set themselves up by 1 coming into game number 2, and well, I mean, it was their map pick, so I'm just gonna cash through this. It was their map pick, and whether or not Finland has what it takes, because they picked Miramar as their map pick. I would argue that Miramar is the worst map for this type of tournament, just because it's so open. I mean, unless if you're crammed into a city, for the most part. On Erangel, you can kind of do what Finland did and move around. But on Miramar, if you don't get the circles, they will see you literally kilometers away. And it's just so difficult to surprise your opponent on Miramar.
That is true, I suppose. I think maybe they're going for sort of the kind of the...
It's not Miramar, it's Erangel.
Oh, it's not even Miramar. Wait, what?
We could also just look at the bottom of the monitor.
We could just look down there. And then Don't.
In any case, if Germany wins this one, then we're playing Miramar, and that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're going to be
misread
playing Miramar anyway because it's the best of 5. So they'll go. Yeah.
We're gonna get it anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But
So-
but it's just interesting to me that that's the first of them. I would leave. I mean, I would honestly in this format, I would probably rather play Vikendi than I play Miramar. Just
Yeah.
based on how you can like maneuver around and whatnot.
So like sort of play against the other team's sort of strengths. You know, they don't know Vikendi that
exactly.
well or whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Hacker Jacob, he is our current kill leader. Whether that's going to remain so or not after this game, we'll have to wait and see. But as you can see, Finland, despite a lot of attempts to do flanks, to do naval rotations and whatnot, did not really work out for them. And I'm curious to see what the playing path that you and I can see, Ace. If Finland will do more to maybe just take just some kind of military control. Of course, the odds of it going there twice in a row is small, but now they've seen the importance of it once it does go there.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if that was military or if it was just. I guess it might have been because there's not really that much room to move around after those. You know, those. I think it was a third circle shift or something.
Exactly.
There's not much room to move around because of the water and the fact that it's military.
And now it's going to be even more because it's back to Erangel, like classic Erangel, I guess you can say.
Yeah, Erangel Classic, and yeah. I'm not really sure. I don't think they'll commit to melee. I think they might just leave that to Germany and hope for a non-military game and just kind of bank on maybe an earlier rotation to try and get into the circle and get more control earlier.
Maybe not like fully commit to it, but like leave 3 or 4 players down around the western bridge, so at least you have some sort of control should it go down there. Because you can see how many of them actually spend time rotating with boats across, despite the bridge being completely open. They just never went to check it because obviously Germany is going to be sitting there, right? But that never really happened.
No, exactly. And looks like everyone's jumping out. Germany's gone for obviously the eastern side again. Muke? Is he going for Yasna with Germany? I don't know. Is he trying to infiltrate the German ranks?
I don't know what his plan is here, but I highly doubt that it's going to work.
No, yeah, I think he's going to get absolutely slaughtered. But we'll see.
Sometimes, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, and if that's jumping into City of Opponents, it's like, did you ever play the old Red Alert games?
No, I haven't.
No, there was this character called Tina, I think.
Okay.
Other than her being like 2 pixels, she was really good looking. I remember that when I was a kid, and she could run into the building, just blow them up, and run out again. Very overpowered person.
Okay.
Maybe that's Smoker. He's been sent to just like infiltrate the enemy side, and Germany, you're having a good day. And, well, I mean, Finland had it last game in terms of them being forced to move to a side of the map which Germany had more control on. This time around, if you're Finland, move fast.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, move early, move faster, try and get more control as soon as you can, essentially. But these circles are faster than the normal circles that we're used to as well, I think. So the loot is increased, but the circles are faster than, say, like competitive games. So they don't have as much time as they used to, I feel, to actually loot and rotate. But I think we'll see them rotate earlier and try and take more control. I hope so, anyway.
Yeah, we'll have to assume that that's the case. We saw it with Denmark actually yesterday. Despite them losing that map, it was a pretty interesting push down towards the west, where one guy on a bike kind of found a hole in the defense of the. Now I don't even remember who it was against. Portugal against the defending team. He found a hole in the wall type thing, and then 7 or 8 bikes or cars just drove straight through, and they managed to get in on the other side of the circle. And maybe that's like kind of spearhead strategy that could be utilized by Finland in this game too, because there is a little bit of a gap over Potato Hill that they could use to rotate.
That is true, and I mean they are sort of congregate around the sort of the Pachinki area. If they can group up and kind of just zoom through a certain point, if you got one player that's scouting ahead, he can sort of head on through and kind of lead the way in a sense. So that could work out. Oh, Muke.
That's one.
Yeah, he's got one. He's going to try and flush with the nade there.
That's just another 15 to go.
Yeah, there's another 15 around him to go, and I mean, now they all know he's around. It's just a matter of time before he goes down.
Well, essentially, if he can get 2 flushes before he goes out, then it's worth it, right?
Oh yeah.
Then you trade 2 for 1, and then, I mean, even if he goes 1 for 1, it's still, you didn't win on it, you didn't lose on it type situation. And you can see he really, really wants to get that flush, but at the same time, he knows he's deep behind enemy lines, so he has to be aware of literally all sides of the circle.
Yeah, exactly. He's looks like he's just kind of listening for footsteps, trying to be aware of everything around him. I don't think he wants to peek too much because any kind of shot will, it just kind of messes with him.
I mean, there's so many opponents around, and he has no way of knowing what buildings they're in now either. After they stopped and started looting, actually a bit surprising to see that not more people are coming up to try and defend up and around here.
Yeah, I mean, I think they realize it's only one player. It must be only one player, so there's only a need for like maybe 3 players to come and sort of focus their attention towards Muke. But yeah, you don't want a situation where we've seen previously where 2 or 3 players distract like nearly a whole team, and then they just get completely shut down from behind when they realize the flanks come in. So you don't know that's happened, that's for sure.
By the way, guys, if you want to watch the other match going on, I mean one of the other matches going on right now, you can head on over to GLL 2. There's another game going on over there. If you're missing your favorite team or some of your favorite players, odds are that maybe, just maybe, they're playing over there. We got games going on simultaneously, and are lucky to have games being broadcasted there too.
Yeah, that's I think the which other I think it was the Czech and Russia game, was that?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, over on GLL 2, wasn't it? So if you want to go check out that, then feel free. That's going on right now.
Right here, right now. Mocha is still inside Yasnaya. Most of the opponents have left already. And I guess it's beneficial for him that he stayed alive. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get a kill off of it. But knowing that the teams have left Yasnaya, he has actually been the one to be able to say to his teammates, well, you can just rotate north around because they've already gone center.
Yeah, exactly. And information is key in this game. Looks like the Finnish player is going to try and rotate up and around towards like the coming from the Stalber side, just north of Yasnaya, and looks like everyone's kind of following. Even the players that are already on this side of the sort of the river are going to go across the river to then come back over again.
Yeah.
Which I get. You don't want to cut corners. You want to just make sure that everyone's on the same page. Everyone's coming in from the same route, and it looks like that's their plan.
What I am scared to see, though, is if this circle shifts south, then, oh, halala, that's going to be tough. And then there's pretty nifty little crate here. 3 sets of level 3 gear alongside, and what was it, AUG, an MK14, and an AWM.
Yeah, not too bad.
Memo is going to be... Oh, there's nothing over here, guys. Sorry, just go away. There's nothing here. He's
going to stay in that compound and just like as he loses helmets and stuff, he's going to go back.
Going to go back and get a new one. He's going to be level 3 through the entire game.
Oh no. Memo, you got to watch out here. Okay, he does put in the spray. Does make them back off, but now you got players coming from the south and looks like they're going to try and crash it.
He didn't pick up all the ammo.
Oh no. Krasuka, he's right behind as well. He's in such a bad spot.
Memo. It's dangerous to stand up in the open when you're against 32 other guys.
Yeah, there we go. Pre-fire comes in. He is knocked. I don't think anyone...
They should be crashing at it now, Finland, and they are.
There we go. Yes, that's a free kill, basically. And some level 3 as well. So that's...
Memo just gave up that compound and 3 sets of level 3 gear.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Germany should have defended that a bit more heavily since.
I mean, looking at where they're positioned, I don't think they really care.
True. I mean, the circle has shifted pretty much directly center, so
like the parking there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, he's got.
It's defended. Yeah, exactly. It's defended, and he has an easy way off. So that's interesting.
Yeah, they have a pretty wide sort of split across the center of this mansion field in a sense, and. Yeah, it's essentially cutting off the whole of the center side from Finland. So,
do you remember what this area looked like before the forest north of Mansion?
I think it was just more trees, wasn't it? I don't know. I don't think
there was just nothing. Before the forest north of Mansion, there was nothing there. Yeah, that's why that compound that we saw Memo dying just before was like the best compound in the entire game because you could see everything. Now, it seems to me like the Finnish have decided to rotate a little east. I think they really want to find where the strong sides of Germany are, just so not necessarily because they want to engage on them, just because they want to know if this does go south, is there anywhere we can wrap around them?
Yeah, looks like Sudi was knocked as well. So looks like Finland's getting aggressive on this compound as well, just towards the north of this hilltop here. They do get the resonance to Sudi, so it's not too bad. But the push is coming, and that's kind of
wow.
What?
What?
That's a circle. Wait. Oh.
I mean, Finland is playing on it. I like it. Let's just keep going, and I don't know.
Look at Germany. They're just like, oh yeah, go, quick, go. Oh my lord. Yeah, that happened. So
it's fine. Germany is sending it. Finland's sending it. Everyone's sending it, and the circle's closing in 30 seconds. Extra spice for the semifinals,
yeah,
you know?
Just spice it a bit, but you know, just throw in like a pea-sized circle.
Now Germany started running over their own players. Everyone's pulling up here, and when I say everyone, I mean the entire German team and 4 Finnish players. They will need to kill a bunch of the guys on the other side to make it through. Sunka does go down. Kalmi goes down as well. Oh my lord, they're in trouble.
Yeah, Rustamar's in there. I think there's a few more as well. Kuna and Jappi is just trying to reach this somehow. There's quite a few. That nade can be big. That does get 2 flushes as well, but this is absolute chaos on this mansion side here.
This is. I don't think. I mean, even Germany. I don't think anyone was ready for that circle shift. That I mean, I for sure wasn't. Yeah, so we're gonna let this one play out and see what happens, and wait for a judgmental decision afterwards, or a decision made by the team behind. Germany is holding strong right now, but to be fair, Finland has actually made a foothold down towards the plank houses.
Yeah, they've definitely sort of done some work here for sure. They are actually up in terms of numbers. So it's, I mean...
Germany's spread really thin out in the open, too. I mean, Finland decided to stay together, to push together, and they have completely kicked Germany out of the compounds. Now they're all miles out in the open.
Yeah, this could be tough. If they get control of the hill, just sort of up to... I mean, there's not much of it anyway, up towards the east, towards the PUBG.
These circles are closing so fast. How big is this one going to be?
Oh, okay. I mean, that's pretty normal.
Okay, guys. I think despite Finland actually managing to turn this one around pretty well, based on us wanting to have same, I guess you can say, same rules for everyone, and that third circle was really small.
Yeah, it was. It didn't look right.
No, there was something wrong. So I think we're gonna go to break soon, and then we're gonna make a little bit of a remake. But I mean, in all fairness, looking at the scores, Finland, they actually managed to do it pretty well. And I guess that's just one of those, we've played PUBG long enough, we're always ready for whatever's going to happen. And if we're a circle down south, we will come down and we will get it.
Yeah, I mean, Germany just sent it after they saw they were like, they just carried on. They were like, yeah, that's fine, just keep going. We'll try. And Finland kind of adapted as well. And
that was interesting.
Yeah.
But guys, we're going to hop to a very short break. We'll be back. We're going to start again as soon as the players on the server, essentially. So stick around. We're going to remake the second game. See you guys real soon. Let's try that one more time. And honestly, looking back at what could have been a game had it not been remade, I think Finland might actually would have won that.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it was kind of forced a bit earlier because of the circle, but at the same time, like, Finland pushed it, and they pushed it well. It was quite impressive to see them sort of just frag out like that.
And the question is whether they knew already back then if it was going to be a remake or not, so they weren't going to play it serious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then was Germany playing it serious? You can't judge it then, can you, really?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know when the call was made officially. I think most people expected it to be a remake once they saw it, but then again, this Nations Royale. You want to throw some curveballs every now and again.
Yeah, you know.
Did we miss that circle? Oops. Oh, did you get insta-killed by the blue? Oops.
Whoopsie.
Was there a red zone there? Whoopsie.
Whoops.
Yeah, it's Nations Royale. We're having a good time. Of course, there's plenty of money on the line, but who cares? Just have some fun.
Exactly.
I think the players are having a lot of fun. I mean, if you guys have been able to, I mean, I think actually all of the captains, all the generals are streaming on their channels as well. So if you know who your nation's cup captain is, he will or she will most likely be streaming the games as well. And there you can not only watch the games from their point of view, but you can also hear them talking. We were tuning in a little to the Denmark versus Greece fight earlier, and there's a lot of talking going on sometimes once it gets heated.
Yeah, we had a lot of Gustav as well, sort of yapping away and
it sounded like
saying you know, different things. I mean, I can't understand it because it's Danish, but
I understood.
Yeah, he
was just talking about haste, like.
Yeah. Typical. Yeah. That's what you know. My name's on everyone's mouth, you know.
That's how it is. How it is. No, let's try this one more time, and we are going to get over to Erangel once again. And now it was an Eastern, very, very German favorite first circle.
Oh yeah.
And the Finnish, they actually made the most of it. I mean, they pushed around the northern side. They had Moke infiltrate Yasnaya, and then now for his team to know they could push around that way. Now we don't know how the plane is going to go. And we don't know where the circle is going to go, but some would argue that just statistically, prior to coming into this match, you would see Finland as the better team. So Germany with a chance after that second game, in that second game, to have gone 2-0, which now could be a game where Finland gets all the circles.
Yeah.
That's got to be a little... I mean, they were the ones to turn a 0-2 into a 3-2 the other day, right?
That's true.
And if they get turned around on now, oof, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like any of these teams, like at this moment into this sort of level of the bracket, I think any teams can really just turn things around.
True.
I think a lot of the teams now, those are the teams that practice and they've actually scrimmed and stuff.
Yeah.
I know that Czech has scrimmed as well.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I mean, I don't think many teams even bother to scrim. Usually, I think they sort of turn up and we're just like, let's just play, let's do this.
And that's why those teams are in the tournament no longer.
Bummer.
You gotta practice, man. If you wanna get to the top, you gotta commit yourself to it. And again, there is money on the line first of all, but also just the fact that I think you as a player and as a community, if let's say Finland, or maybe let's take a smaller region, let's say Netherlands, if they went out, scrimmed hard, and stomped everything, they didn't because they're already out of the tournament. But just an example, if they had done that, people were like, damn, Finland, okay. And then people would be like next time they say, oh, there's a free agent, oh, he's from Finland. Oh, Finland, that's that country that actually has some pretty good... Like, then that way your country comes on people's minds, and then it might not have to have anything to do with you individually. It's just you, like the fact that you are from a certain country. Like if let's say you're a coach on a team, and you have to pick up a new player for your team. You have a free agent that you've never seen before. Or you have two free agents. You've never seen or heard of them before, but one is from, I don't even know. Let's say one is from Germany, one is from Finland. Who would you automatically think, like without knowing anything, who would you think was the better player?
Probably the
Finnish player,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Just because that we associate the Finnish with being the good fraggers and the grinders, the ones that really commit themselves to it. Not saying that German players aren't good. It's just, it's just how you normally think when you say Finnish PUBG player.
Yeah.
They have made some Finnish players have made a very good, I guess you can say, general thought of all Finnish players.
Yeah, they've made a mark on their sort of their region as being a very strong fragging region in terms of mechanical skill, and I think it definitely shows for sure. But then again, so have Germany.
Oh yeah, I mean it was a tough example that those two were up against each other.
That's why I was like, ooh, I don't know.
but what I wanted to say with it is, you impact a lot more than what you might think. So when you have these tournaments and you have the availability to go out and practice and prepare yourself, do it. Because believe me, your time will be it will be well spent. Oh my lord. Oh. Finland did everything they could this time around to get a circle.
Wow.
Like, they honestly did everything they could. They went out east because the circle came there. They went to military because the circle came there. They have control of west because the circle could go there. The only place they don't have a player is towards the north. I think there's like an anti-Finland magnet on these circles. It has to shift as far away as it can from Finnish players.
Yeah, there's some kind of like algorithm in the code that just says
Nope.
Finnish player equals North Circle.
How do you say
or something.
no in Finnish? I don't even know that.
I would know that.
I can
either.
say yksi, kaksi, kolme. That's 1, 2, 3. But that's pretty much all I
what?
know.
Uksi?
Yksi, kaksi, kolme. I think.
That's 1, 2, 3.
I think so. When I
That
was
sounds
in
nothing like a
in
1, 2, 3.
preschool, we had like a classmate from Finland that stayed there for a week or something, and that was all I learned back then. But I still remember it from preschool.
Yeah, well there we go.
Yeah, I just thought it sounded like a, like Sim Salabim Alakasam. I don't even know. It sounded like a magic spell. Yksi,
Yeah,
kaksi,
yeah.
kolme, and then you start flying or something like that.
It does.
I mean, it could have been in Harry Potter, and I wouldn't have known. It could have been
some sort of Harry Potter lines. That's Finnish. Yeah, it's
that's
great,
what
yeah.
it is. Wingardium Leviosa means, do you want to go have dinner with me tonight? No, I don't know. It is a fun language, and the great thing about, I mean, just Finnish people in general. I don't know. Just I've yet to meet. I mean, at least in terms of PUBG, I've yet to meet a Finnish player that didn't, at least for the most part, always have a smile on their face.
No,
They're always
I
happy
agree.
people, and I love it.
I do agree. That's something that we've seen multiple times. I mean, when they interview Finnish players when they've just won a game or something, there's always a nice little smile on their face.
Yeah,
it's always good to see.
Well, the Germans are a little more serious, right?
Yeah, the more sort of
Like the more business.
straight-faced kind of people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, job done.
Hardcore stereotyping nations here, but that's what it is. It is Nations Royale, and of course, we got to put our thoughts on it. What give me 3 words that describe a UK PUBG player.
Oh wow. I'm gonna stereotype the hell out of me as well.
Oh yeah, that's the funny part of it.
Ooh.
3 words that stereotype the average UK PUBG player. Can we actually read that? Oh, I guess not.
T.
Okay.
Yeah. You need T to.
I didn't
does that
bring
say?
my glasses today, and also I didn't
It's
bring my
Russian.
pixel enhancer.
Yeah. No. Okay. No. You need T.
You
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
tea.
For
Is that just for memes, or is it
no,
actually
no,
true?
that's general fuel for playing games. You gotta have
Okay.
a really warm, piping hot cup of tea.
Okay.
Next year,
That's
next year
one
keyboard.
thing. That's one thing.
You've got to be a really bad driver.
Does that come with being British?
Yes.
Is that because you're used to having the steering wheel on the right side, and in this game it's on the left, so you get super confused?
That's exactly it. Yeah. Yeah.
Would you honestly, if there was a setting in this game called like UK driving, would you toggle that on for the sake of
Yeah.
it being easier for you? So you had the wheel on the right side,
Of course,
or like
yeah.
the steering wheel on the right side?
Every time.
No, honestly though, would you? Would it make it easier for you in game?
It wouldn't make it easier. No.
No, it wouldn't. Okay, I'm just
No,
curious.
no.
I'm just curious. I've never thought of that. That you drive. I mean, obviously your cars are a little inverted in that sense.
Yeah.
But whether you would actually want to have that in games too or not.
Nah. I mean, it'd be cool to have. I don't know.
I mean, there's color blindness mode, and you have all these different settings that you can have in
Well,
the
have
game. So why not
British
have
mode.
like you can have some games you can have the gun in the left hand or the right hand. So why not have British driving mode?
Yeah. That could work.
Then you'd steer the bike from the wagon as well.
Exactly. Yeah. That's true.
Sit in the
Yeah.
wagon and steer it. Imagine.
Kind of strange.
That would be kind of strange, yeah. That was 2 though. That was 2, bad driving and T. What's the third?
Oh. Honestly, I'm not even sure.
Something that defines all pro PUBG players from the UK, other than team bad driving.
I mean, it's got to be.
You can be nice. It doesn't have to be memey stuff. You can be honest and say something nice.
That's the thing. Like, there's nothing that really differentiates them from other players.
Okay, they're good blending in maybe.
That I feel. I don't know.
No, I'm just asking.
No, yeah, no. It's
You have a
it's-
chance
it's,
here to give a huge shout out to your region, and so far you've only said T and bad driving. It's not exactly compliments.
Well, no, but it's the tea is a compliment because it's good tea. So
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
actually, oh great. Sorry. So
Taste this water.
God damn it. I knew you say that. What's Tavu doing though?
Oh, he's chilling. He's not in a hurry.
Well,
I don't even know where he is.
He's just knocked himself. So
Yeah, I saw that, but I have
That's-
no idea where he is.
I don't know either. Where is he?
Oh, he's up in Kameshki. South of Kameshki. There he is. Then there was a bike involved.
Oh, 3
And then the question is, was it really his fault, or is it Krisuka trying to remove the evidence real quickly before the cameraman comes over and says hello? Unfortunately, he was too slow. Oh, look at this for Germany. Kovo finds an AWM. Marco finds himself an M249, and I don't know what the third weapon was. Bank, are you going to pick up anything? I think it was
like he has an M4 in there, but I think we're going to leave it. Oh, okay. There's still no Finnish players inside the circle.
I mean, they did make... Oh, okay, I'm excited to see the next circle shift. Just off of what happened last game. But they did make a hell of a push in Circle 3 last game. Like, they spent the most of Circle 2 to try and position themselves, and then Circle 3, they just sent it. And looking at how they're positioned now, the majority of the players, not outside the circle, but in order for them all to be in, they would have to stick something like... They'd probably have to put 15 players inside of the gas station. So I could imagine them wanting to just crash center when the next circle shifts and just come from each side and go like full sandwich. Or at least try to.
Yeah, no, I think the idea between where Rustem was coming from, just up on the north of Stalber, it's just to get some sort of information and angles whilst the sort of the main group kind of distract and kind of pull Germany's attention, which is what they're kind of doing in a sense. You see, everyone's kind of running towards where the main part of Finland is, and I'm curious to see what the northern squad's plan is really.
I think their task now that they're all inside the circle is to wait for the next circle to pop. They could go down and take what some like to call face compound just east of where you see the gas station here with the. Over there, exactly. I think you can see that's exactly where they're scouting towards right now. If they can get that alongside... They're actually rotating further north. You can see Germany's trying to cut them off. Germany's trying to cut them off. They're sending it full speed forward in towards the warehouse. They must have read that there was a low amount of players there, and now they're committed to it.
This is massive. Vasu, first one in. In fact, actually, no, there's loads more in.
Pull-up comes from behind. All the Finnish players from the northern side are pushing in towards it, too. They might actually be able to get them from behind here as well. This is going to be a very even fight, and it could go either way.
Yeah, exactly. They've pretty much taken full control of the warehouse. And looks like the northern Finnish players are pushing in towards that face compound you just said, actually, as well. So it's coming out.
They need to continue. They need Mise, Rust, and all those guys in the north. They have to continue forward. They need to come help because right now it has Germany all over the kill feed.
Yeah, 100%. It's just a pure sort of.
But where do you fight it? Where do you fight it?
Honestly, I don't know really.
You have to crash the other houses too. And it seems like they just don't want to commit to it. But there are only 7 or 8 players on the northern side, and 7 or 8 is not going to be enough to save them. And 7 or 8 is not going to be enough missing on the south side to survive. No, they need them.
I think what they need to do is pull up on the houses that they just left here and kind of come in from behind and essentially sandwich them completely on the backside, and that should be it. But
2 or 3 players are preventing half the German forces to come help, or half their Finnish forces to come help their teammates, because Finland is getting pooped on around the warehouse, and they're not doing anything to help.
This is tough. It's 4 down for Finland here as well. They've pulled up to this little ridge here. I don't think this isn't it. Like they need communication right here.
Exactly. They should have pushed all the way up.
Yeah, there's nothing really telling that they have any idea what they want to do really. And now obviously Germany with 15 kills, they're way ahead.
24-16. It's once again a situation where Germany actually had a pretty decent chance at making a play. Oh no, that's gonna be Chris down. Unfortunately, Mies does find him. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Again, we know the Finnish are some amazing fraggers, and they do have a very talented roster, but they are completely outnumbered. I mean, as I say that, it's only 6 people down, so technically anything can still happen. They will really need a good shift next circle.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the warehouse now that they try to push, they put like nearly half of their numbers towards that warehouse, and now it's just full of blue names from Germany. So
they will somehow need the Germans to be forced to go on an offensive in order to win this. And I don't see how that can happen with the positions that they have. They don't have anything extremely center, and everything they have, their German players around there anyway. Yeah, this is no.
Yeah, no, I think Germany players need to just chill now.
They're just waiting. Yeah, exactly. There's no reason for the German players to go aggressive anywhere.
Yeah, there's no need for them to even move. Just sit there and shoot, and the Finnish players will come to you because they're so split. If they decide to push a certain angle, then that could play into the Finnish player's hands.
You say passive, but Kobo decides to push up towards the building. He doesn't have a nade. He has a level 3 helmet, though. That might come in handy, depending on how the Finnish players decide to shoot forwards. He's shooting a little, trying to get some info, spraying through the smoke. Now shots are being fired back towards him, almost shooting his teammate there. Yep. Memo finds himself a double on towards Page and Pelsic. Good job by him, and that should be pretty much the entire building cleared out.
Yeah, solid stuff. There is a few not players up top, but apart from that, it's there's only one player up there actually.
Memo did something.
Wow.
He did die last game and lost the compound in a game that then, I guess, in the end didn't really matter. But made sure to turn it around when it really mattered. Rax able to find one more. Finland falling apart.
Yeah, literally, it's now 8-21 in favor of Germany, and this. It just looks like an absolute landslide, you know?
I really liked the initial idea from Finland to push up to that warehouse, because they had all the players committed 100% from Germany, excuse me, to look over on that side. And they even left the houses up on the northeastern side of the warehouse, but they just didn't have to push from behind to help really kind of pin them in.
Yeah, no, there was no sort of help from the northern squad that came in, and I understand the idea, but there was just I guess there was no communication to right, like, you know, now you guys from the north need to come in and help out and sandwich somehow. There was just nothing there, and they just kind of stopped, and then I don't know, just stopped at their at the gas station at north.
Yeah, and that's what I really like to see when we see a team like Turkey play, because Turkey is one of the few teams that maintains these splits. I mean, Finland has lost this game. I don't think there's anything else to really cast in it. But Turkey has managed, as one of the few teams, to really maintain those splits for quite a long time and do well. You see, Greece, they on purpose avoid doing anything even close to it. Like, they just say, we'll be one big bunch and push around together. But that's going to be it. Finland eliminated once more, 2-0. Germany, that's going to be a bit of a tough one for the Finnish powerhouse.
Yeah, that's super tough. But then again, I mean, I understand why Germany won that, because they just had so much control on the circle.
Yes.
Like they you saw on the second circle, the fact they were sort of spreading north and kind of just like pushing everyone sort of north to cut off the Finland sort of, I guess, advance from the west, and yeah, it just worked out perfectly.
It was a very, very interesting game that I thought for a while could actually go the way of Finland, but the way that they decided to push up with the kind of two-way push they had with people both on the northern side, and players crashing in. Because you can see once they got here, you actually saw a great overview of it there for a second. They had control. They got control of the warehouse, but once the players pushed, like once the remaining German players pushed in from that northern compound, there just wasn't an answer from the remaining Finnish players, and it became two separate battles instead of the Finnish somehow pushing it to one big one. Yeah,
exactly. I think it was just a matter of time from when they pushed that warehouse to when it was just going to be over, because yeah, just a pure sort of concave of German players coming in, and yeah, as I said, I mean the northern Finnish players didn't really do anything.
They couldn't get there.
They were the sort of the win condition for Finland, and nothing happened from that. So
happens every now and again. You can't win them all. There's a chance now that Germany goes 3-0. There's also a chance that Finland turns things around. Let's wait and see. We're going to take a short break, guys. Don't go anywhere. You don't need to watch us right now. We can just go back and rewatch the beginning of the previous game where we thought we were going over on Miramar. So we don't have to really talk about anything now, because we kind of already talked about all of it.
Yeah, I'll just take this off now.
No, we are headed over to Miramar, and I was saying that I think Miramar is not, because it goes two ways, right? But I don't think it's the best map for Nations Royale if you're not a team that has the circle, because you can't really surprise your opponents at all.
Yeah, true. I mean, I think you can in a sense, but at the same time, like there's so many, there's so little options to do so, I think.
That's the thing, because, well, I mean, there are no big trees to cover, unless if all the teams are forced into a city, which I don't see would ever happen, because games normally end before they're forced into a city. Could you imagine an island ending in Nations Royale?
Oh, no. I would love to see
That would be amazing! That would be amazing. I don't even care if it's the East Islands or Los Hijos or like Prison Island. That would be amazing. An
so
island ending. I mean, it'll probably end before people go to the island because they won't be fighting on the shore, right? But still, that would be absolutely hilarious. That's what I'm going to be praying for.
Yeah.
Now I'm opposite. Now Miramar has just become the best map for Nations Royale, off of the sheer fact that we might get one island ending someday.
Yeah. I mean, technically we got one on Miramar, but you know, it's
yeah.
No, it's not quite the same effect, is it? You know.
Yeah, true. Now, for those of you guys who haven't been keeping track, Germany is up 2-0. So should they go out and win this game, that means that they are through to the next round. So that's going to be really interesting.
But,
now let's see what's going to happen here. How are they going to split this one? Seems like, well, it is overall right now. It's a East Finland, West Germany, but is it going to remain that way? Nope. There are some Finnish players going west as well.
Yeah. There's quite a few going towards the western side, and I mean, I think maybe they're banking on trying to sort of get a western circle or something like that. Sorry, no, eastern circle with the Finnish players. But at the same time, these circles can go anywhere because you know it's obviously not the same setting.
True.
So it doesn't really matter where the plane path is really, because it doesn't really relate to the circle.
Which I like.
Yes, yeah,
It's perfect, absolutely perfect. Now Finland has mainly settled on the eastern side. Kai got already gone down actually. One player eliminated real early. Now let's see the circle though. If it goes anywhere west, Germany's gonna be good. And oh my god, it does. Oh my god. I mean, in all fairness, no one's there. There's no one there. And if you're Finnish, you better damn start sprinting.
Yeah, you better start going around the south side to take control of the hills before Germany does, because otherwise, I mean, it's going to be an absolute landslide again.
Again.
Yes.
I guess the only upside to this for Finland is that there's so much more room to rotate on Miramar.
That's true. Yep.
Which means they should be able to get there. But they also have players in Campo Militar who are like, what is it, 6 kilometers away from the circle
Something
right now?
like that. Yeah.
That's a journey. That's a journey and a half.
That's an absolute trek right there. Yeah.
They need like gas cans to get there.
Yeah, they need gas cans to go around towards Coburg, I imagine, and then past the western side of El Pozo.
Which means that Finland cannot engage in a fight if they want a full force fight before late next circle.
Yep.
Just because there's no way their teammates are going to get there in time. And we only have 1 minute until the circle's going to start closing.
And then they'll be split as well because they'll be coming from the north side, whereas
unless if they go straight down south to El Zahar and then bundle there and then kind of continue all the way south around.
Yeah, but that takes even
longer. But then you go into that mountainy area. If you have 32 people trying to cross one mountain, then you're going to go like Alexander the Great and just kind of mess it up. Wasn't it him who did that, who crossed the mountains in the snow?
I couldn't tell you.
I thought you'd studied history.
No.
No, I don't know anything about history. Alexander the Great, didn't he cross the mountains with elephants and stuff? Like he went through a snowstorm or something like that?
I don't know, that sounds fun.
I don't think it was, because they lost like a lot of soldiers doing so. But that's what I was trying to say, that if you want to cross the mountains, like from the south side, like if you make a line from Los Hijos up to Chumacera, if they want to run around there with 32 players, they will get spotted, and they will get killed.
100%.
Most likely, at least.
But you can see the players sort of trying to make their way out from Minas. They're still going, still looting. The circle has started to shift as well. And Upazik still looting up, getting his M4s and things. But you can see a lot of the German players have already made it into the circle. There's a fair few already kind of in the center, or sort of making their way towards the center in the central hills. So that's going to be a big issue for Finland already.
Yeah, see Turbo Banani. I mean, all the Finnish players. I think they are starting to realize now that we have two options here. Either we push center and take it. I can tell them it's already too late, and I think they realize that too. The second option is, and that's what they've been messing up the last 2 games, if we can't do that, then we need to play like the Greeks do. Go full, like all 32 in the same vehicle if that was possible.
Yeah.
All 32 full speed, push together, take a fight. Because we've yet to see Finland have a fight where even just 25 of their players were in the same engagement. On the first game on the military side, they have players trying to cross north around. There was like 5-6 players. They never got to help before the majority of the majority of the Finnish players were dead. And then last game, they had that whole bunch up on the northern side that never got to engage the fight with their teammates. So for Finland, I think their main task now is to find a way to fight together.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I mean, the fact that they're so split up already is going to take so long to even get to that point where they can fight together. And then by that point, they're probably half dead, unfortunately.
You would assume so. Of course, we'll have to. We'll have to see where the next circle goes. If it goes north into Monte, of course, then and the Finnish has to push downhill into that city, then I think we can pretty much count them out. But if it goes south, I mean, even if it goes south, I'm not sure that they necessarily get the win because it's such a hilly, such a difficult area to traverse through, and it's hard enough if you're 2 or 4 players. But if you're 32 trying to go unnoticed through a valley, I mean, that's just not going to happen.
No, definitely not. You'll just get completely blown up and smithereens. Well, they're going to rotate through Los Llanos, which is, perfectly fine. There's no one.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Just trying to cut some corners here to
Literally
make sure they group up. But in fact, actually, it looks like some of the. Oh, okay. Actually, a flush comes out already. Kowo goes down. He was out in the open, it seems.
Need to get away again. Trying to go aggressive. They want. I mean, I think the Finnish just want anything. Inside this circle. They know they were going to be late to it. Now they have this compound here that you can see. But it is also a deep valley position that is not easy to play from, and at least it's not easy to get away from. Should you be forced to move next circle?
No, exactly. But that's what you want to see. That's you want to see. I think it's Finland taking down some Germany players. It's good to see on rotation. You know, they're showing some sort of dominance there, but there is still a few actual German players on the northern side of the circle that haven't quite gotten in yet. So they are not full strength just yet. But same with the Finnish players too.
Yeah, they're all waiting for that last group of players to make their way towards them. Seems like Levi has made his way up towards the. Well, he's a frontline soldier. We can call him. And the circle actually goes south. It's gonna head mainly over, as you can see here, to the I guess the mountain side that the German players have taken focus on. Now, what do the Finnish players do here? Do they push further around south? Do they try to take Val del Mar, maybe even? There are a lot of different ways to approach this, and I'm very curious to see how the Finnish react to this shift.
Yeah, I think a lot of the German players obviously concentrate on this sort of the center mountain side here, and it looks like the Finnish players are pulling up to it in a sense of trying to sort of take some sort of ground, and then what I hope they'll do is put some more players around Valle del Mar and push up from there. So essentially just creating some sort of enfilade effect where there's they just have pure line of sights down their cover.
One thing's for sure, it's going to be difficult in Finland, already being 2 maps behind. I really think had they had a chance to decide, I don't think they would have wanted to have to play Sanok and Vikendi, but they better be prepared for it, because if we go into all 5 maps, those are the next 2.
Yeah. And
for Germany, I don't think they want to have it to come down to either Vikendi or Sanok either, so they, I think, really want to finish it off here.
Yeah, 100%. I think so too. Knocks coming in though, back and forth. Mio and Katzen taking down a few players from Finland. Not quite flushed out just yet. We'll have to wait and see if that comes about. Chris with some nade. That's a good nade. Yeah, there we go. Does get the knock. So Propalia does go down, and Great School pushing on the building. They're trying to. They're either pushing it or they're trying to hold it. I'm not quite sure exactly who pushed this and who's holding it, but
good combination of both.
Yeah, seems like it.
Fortunate that Brax was allowed to jump on in there without getting killed when he was bolting. This seems to be a German defense with Finnish players trying to get up the hill. New circle is going to pop now as well. Where are we going?
Oh,
Finland Are they going to disengage now, or are they already in too deep? Because they have their players. I mean, okay, everyone but 5 players, it's way more than half, have actually decided to push up the mountain. But can they get back down? You can see how committed they are here. They've dipped the vehicles and all. Are they going back down? They should, in my opinion.
I think they should send a few players back off just to
They're all
cover
running.
the lines of
They're all
sight.
running.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. It looks like they're going to back off. Actually, they're going to go back off towards the ridges and the hills, just further eastwards.
I like this
Chumacera.
disengage. I really like this disengage.
Yeah.
It's just, should this... I mean, now they're halfway there. They took the fight to Germany. They lost players. Fortunately, they got some German players down too. But should this next circle go west again, they have to... I mean, the vehicles are already damaged from the first time they went up that hillside.
Yeah.
Should the next circle go west again, they have to go up that hill again, but with busted vehicles, and I believe a lot of them are going to blow up before they even get there.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, if Germany take full control of it, then yeah, for sure.
They're going to give them full control. I mean,
Yeah.
there's only 3 players left. It's Jupsig, it's Pelsic, he's been knocked already, and there's one more player down south. No, actually, it's only those 2.
Yep.
It's only Jupsig and Pelsic being knocked. So Jupsig is by himself on that hillside, and
Yeah.
and seems like they've just completely given up. I like the disengage. We don't, as we say, we don't normally see disengages
No,
in this.
yeah.
It's mainly, okay, 3, 2, 1, let's fight, and then once the fight starts, you don't really give a crap about where the circles go. But I like the read here.
Yeah, this is quite nice. You've got a few players trying to reposition. You've got a few players trying to reposition from the German side on the southern side of the circle, and it looks like they're trying to make some sort of move. I'm not quite sure. You see it sort of here in a sense. They're trying to make a sort of move around the southern side.
They don't want to have to cross. Like, I don't think any German players want to push down the open mountainside
definitely not.
where all the Finnish players, you can see here, this mountain here, nobody from Germany wants to run down that hill with all the Finnish players looking at them. So I think they're right now saying, if it goes west, we'll just go back up.
Oh,
They should run north instead.
I mean,
They need to push around. They need to come. They need to continue.
they go back up and yeah.
No, they
yeah,
can't go
yeah.
back up. They need to continue around.
They need to keep going. I mean, yeah.
They have to keep running.
Where the circle goes, they need to keep going and just push. Just keep pushing.
This will be the better DMR wins. I mean,
Yeah,
all
think so.
fairness, there's going to be so much open engagement. There's going to be no close fighting at all, I would assume. And, of course, the Finnish players will most likely try to line them up and hold out the Germans, because we're in phase 4. It's going to start hurting quite a bit, and it's closing in just 25 seconds. And if we are playing with open or with public settings, then that blue will be much faster than the players running uphill.
Yeah, you're right. Katzen and I'm not sure who that is.
No.
Northwest, I think.
Northwest, yeah.
He's they're both pushing in from the northern side, and I don't know how they got caught out or at least split off from the group, but this could actually possibly work out in their favor if they can
Yeah.
sort of stay alive and be the sort of the players behind enemy lines essentially. Tripson does get down Vasco as well. That was a close range fight from the southern side.
Oh, they're pushing up the road, and I don't think they were expecting this. The Finnish players, you can see how they caught out a pretty big chunk of them. Now, the Germans need to keep pushing because they need to make room for their teammates coming in from behind. If you stop as player 1 when you get inside the circle, it's like when you're trying to get out of the stage. I remember that from theater. When you try to get off stage, and the first guy, like 15 people just sang a song together, the first guy stops as soon as he gets out, and then the other 19 will never get off the stage because they're like just blocking. So as soon as these Finnish players get in, they need to keep pushing forward to help push the boundary, and that's exactly what they do. You see, every time they get a knock, keep running because you have more players coming in behind you.
Yeah, 100%, and I totally agree with that analogy there for sure. It's made perfect sense. Micah, oh god, he's taking a lot of shots onto Nuki there. Nuki's super low. Looks like Micah's gonna push though. He wants the kill for sure.
They found them, and this is what you were talking about. Cats in Northwest, there's a chance to push around the side. They're coming over the top, but they might be in for a little more. They get 2 off here. Now they do get 2 knocks. Flush not in there just yet, but they're buying so much time for their teammates to push forward.
That doesn't know there's a player down to his left there. Seneki does get the flush onto Northwest, and lots more kills coming in. Seneki's doing well here, just down the bottom. He's trying to defend his best he can. He's kind of in front of everyone, really, in front of the whole German lineup, and the rest of his team's kind of backed off towards the southern Chumacera sort of factory area.
Finland has been running for 2.5 circles now, and Germany seems unstoppable in their push forward. Sneaky and FJO down on the south side. They found one Sneaky. The elimination on towards him. I am not just based on the fact that Finland is constantly disengaging. At some point, that back against the wall won't move anymore.
Yeah.
And with a shift like this, I think Germany just won it.
Yeah. The circle just shifted southwest, and Germany has pretty much all the advantage now. I want to see the group of Finnish players on the northwestern side do something more, like push somewhere, push up close towards a ridge to try and take some control. And
the way for Finland to win this game is if the circles keep going northwest, because they will force players from Germany out into the open field. You can see right now they've gotten hilltop control, actually, Germany. If this game ends in the northwest compound, not down here but further northwest, then maybe there's a chance. Right now, Germany just needs to wait. All the Finnish players have to pretty much leave Chumasera, or the industrial side of it, and with their high ground position, there's nothing Finland can do to prevent it.
100%, totally agree with that. And true believer, Sane, they pushed up pretty close towards this red brick compound. You've got quite a few Finnish players in front of you, so good luck with that one. But as we see, they're still sat on the compound northwest. They're not really trying to make any moves at all, which I still don't really agree with too much. You want to sort of deny ground as much as you can, because that's essentially what's hurting them here.
Where do they go though? I think that's the question. There's a big open field. There's nothing you can play. Well, look at the control. Look at the high ground position. When they have the position that they do, there's nothing you can play from where Germany are to that compound up north. There's literally nothing in between when they are as high above as they are. Had it been 100 meters lower, it would have been a whole different story. But look, you can see the vision that he has up here. Yeah. There is nowhere they can play from. The ridge they have back there right now is out of the circle.
Yeah, you're totally right, actually. To be fair, and I mean, they're trying to rotate out Finland out of the southern Chumasera area, and it's just not working out. They're losing players left, right, and center. Rustamar and Mikaz. Mikaz, I think, is dead as well. So it's just Rustamar sort of on this northern side.
The only way they can win this game, Finland, in a 9 versus 19 match is if that next circle hard shifts to the compound we're looking at right here.
Yeah.
This will be their final defense. They are sitting on, I want to say, 10 to 15% of the circle, and they need not a shift in that direction. They need a hard shift on that compound.
Yes.
In order to stay alive here.
100%, exactly. I totally agree with that. And I mean, you see Vorix actually sort of pushed up pretty close as well. I mean, you've got his own teammates shooting at him because he's so pushed up that they don't even realize.
Oh, well. Circle goes south. Oh, guys. So now for Germany. Don't YOLO this.
Yeah.
They are. Oh my lord, Mukke, that headshot. Woo.
Oh.
Ow.
Wow, he did get the knock.
Ow. That was a good one. Unfortunately, they're 5 now versus 18. But I don't want Germany to throw this. Finland are extremely good players, and the guys sitting up here in particular are really good players too. Don't just go, okay, let's pan them, or whatever. You need to win this game, and you need to secure your spot in the next round.
Yeah, 100%. Vorix pushing over. He's getting aggressive now with his, now he's got backup. He's ready to go. Same with him. And I mean, there's so many knocked players on the wall here up top as well.
Last player alive, Willow. Oh, he is going to be crying in that corner. What can you do, buddy? Maybe you can get yourself a rest. Nah, that ain't going to happen. Willow's been spotted now. Shots coming in. He's by himself. Will it be Vorix to get the final kill that will kick off the Finnish team here of the upper bracket? He's holding, defending 1v18, the panzer in hand.
There we go.
They're ready to be thrown. They're waiting for him. Villa finds Sane. Okay. It's another 17 to go.
He's actually going to res Mukke as well, which is surprisingly enough. But I mean, yeah, they got the pans out and they're trying to.
Now it's at the circle though in circle 6.
Oh no!
Deny kill points.
Yeah, they can't get it either. I don't think.
That's game over. Mukke is dead. Not a whole lot more he can do. He's going to start running, but he is miles out in the open. I don't think Vilo is even going to get out. Nope, ain't going to happen. Mukke is by himself. Pants being thrown forward, as you can see. Come on, Mukke, come to us. We want to throw pans.
Oh, they're actually trying to throw the pans? They are, yeah.
It's limited how far you can really throw them, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to at least. He's trying to make it work.
I love it.
It's quite funny.
He's baiting for Jensen.
Yeah.
He's baiting for Jensen. He wants him to kill him so Jensen can take him with the pan. He's waiting on the other side. He's just trying to attract the attention. But Mukke, still alive. This is what we need in the game, like a shooting practice game mode, you know?
That's what we need with like dancing players.
He missed! He missed! Now he's gonna go for the punch, but it's not gonna work. We're down to 13. Moki, what can you do here? 1 versus 13. I think he's gonna go down.
There we go.
Nellos finds himself the kill, and that is going to be it. 3-0. Germany over Finland. Who would have seen that coming?
Not me, that's for sure. I didn't expect that one bit.
Yeah.
I had hopes for Finland. I think everyone else in the sort of the scene did as well. I think I saw a lot of chat about Finland being the, I guess, the strongest region in this tournament, and I don't know, they're not really showing it. That's for sure.
I really liked the disengage. Once they got up that hill, which lost them a couple of players, but they managed to take down quite a few of the German players too, so it wasn't too bad. Once this shift right here, that popped, the fact that they managed to disengage and get themselves into a good position, you can see they're only 4 players down. So it's not the worst situation that they can now stay on the defensive. Germany just ran them over.
Yeah, it was a pure massacre when they pushed on the south side. I mean, that was the winning play essentially.
Really, yeah.
Is to rotate from the the sort of the German hilltop around the southern side, and just completely dominate them on the on that eastern hill.
Trying to block him off so he can't get inside the circle there as well. Funny way to finish off that. And you can see, I mean, even though we're all out here being competitive, trying to win, I think for the most part they're trying to have a hell of a lot of fun. And I think they are. Win or lose, I think they're having a lot of fun. And it goes to show, it's not always the team that gets the circle that wins the game.
That's true. I mean, they showed it there. Like Finland, they got quite a few circles. To be fair, I mean, it was more like two or three circles in that game, and Germany just didn't really care. They just kind of pushed it and won most of their fights, and that was it, really.
Also, I assume that it's Braxco, the general, doing most of the calling. The fact that they had decided to push down already before that circle even popped allowed for them to, if it had gone back north, push up back north, use that ridge line, and if it went east, get around. Because they did have that entire face of the mountain that they really wanted to avoid. They knew whatever happens to the circle, we don't want to be the team caught there, because the Finnish have all positioned on the other side of the valley, and they'll take us out if we try run down, drive down, whatever. Yeah. And they played it smart. I mean, they were really smart about the decision.
Yeah, 100%. It's just like that whole hill face. You just don't want to go down there at all. Like there's no way. Even if you have smokes, the smokes roll down, and it's just there's no way you can even do it. So I think it was the right move for sure for them to call the southern rotation round and then over the road towards up towards the hill.
So throughout this series, I mean, now we do have Finland going down to the lower bracket, so they're not completely out yet. They will be going up against one of the lower bracket teams. What is the key for Finland to flip it around?
I'd say just maybe try and take more control, because I feel like control isn't their strong point at the moment.
I mean, all fairness, the first circles have been extremely ruthless against them.
Yeah, that's true.
A military game, that northern one, and now this far western one. It's not really that they had the early circles.
I suppose in a sense that does make sense, because they need to be there first to take the control, whereas Germany was always there in the first circle before them. So yeah, I guess, I mean, just get circles.
So maybe spread thinner on the map to begin with?
That could work, yeah. To be fair, that could actually work in terms of the players that get the circles when they're spread sort of thinner could kind of put pressure on the German players coming in as they approach, and just if they put enough pressure on them, then they could back off and take a different route, and then that could save the Finnish players some space.
We'll have to hope that'll work for them, and we won't have to wait too long to find out if it will, guys. We're going to go to a short break, but when we come back, it's going to be Finland once more, and this time around, despite it being in a low bracket, they're going up against Turkey, and I don't necessarily think that's an easier opponent than Germany was.
No.
It's going to be tough, but it's going to be a hell of a match, and I don't think you would want to miss it. So guys, stick around. Short break. We'll be right back.